I'd like to start this time together with a little bit of a story. So gather around, grab grandma, grab the kids, grab around the fire, and let's sit down and tell a little story here. This is a story that I have heard in a variety of ways, one too many times in the history of my real estate journey. So this individual has a property that required a pretty hefty tenant turnover due to the fact that the tenant created quite a mess of the property prior to being evicted. The tenant was not properly screened by the property management company at the beginning. And then this property also is located in a high crime area. So this is just the beginning of this mess. So then she paid the fee for the tenant turnover to the property manager. I don't know, thousands of dollars. They moved out. Okay, what are we going to do? Sell the house or just fix this property up? So this person paid the fee for the tenant turnover to the property manager and was informed that it would be taken care of. It would be handled. We'll get the property up and running and everything will be good. No follow-up for months. Not a phone call, no email, not even a text message, nothing. Finally, this person gets fed up, starts calling, leaving messages, emails, texts, receives no response from the property management team. Well, now she starts to get scared. So she reaches out to another property management company in the area and asks them to take over management and get into the property and see what's going on. Well, 3 months have passed since this person paid the original property management company, and now she receives new pictures that the new company sent, and they were astonishing. It hadn't even been touched since the eviction. No work had been done, seemingly. It's hard to believe how common, actually, this type of situation is in the world of property management. I've worked with some terrible property management companies over the years, and mark my words, it'll never happen again. This has proven how important it is to have a well-established, vetted property management team. Now, we decided to get some answers directly from the source. So we took our time with Kyndall in our offices in Lubbock, Texas, to discuss some commonly asked questions about the market and the services provided. So this is a rare look into the world of property management with one of our team members who does astonishing work on the property management side. So let's take a moment to hear what she had to say.
So Lubbock is constantly growing. There's a lot of big hubs here. One is going to be your public schools are great. A lot of sports, so it's a lot of family-oriented people that are drawn here. We also have a huge medical district, so nurses, doctors, admin, that kind of stuff will always have a job here. We are also doing an Amazon distribution center, so that is something that's bringing a lot of jobs and a lot of people from out of state, surrounding towns. We get a little bit of everyone. So we do a really good job of keeping most of our properties in two of the most desired school districts would be Lubbock, Cooper, and Friendship. That will take up most of the south and southwest part of Lubbock. They're just great schools. 4A schools, lots of opportunity for children in academics, sports. So families really want to make sure that their kids are going to the best school. So there's a process with screening tenants. A tenant is actually going to be able to apply for free. So when we get their application back via email, it's a link we just send over to them. We will run a screening report that'll show us their credit score, credit history, residential history, criminal history, everything, and that way we can kind of vet them and also run a residential history report with their last landlord. So there's a lot of different things we can verify off of that report just to make sure they do make the income, they don't have any major criminal history, all of that stuff to make sure that they're the best candidate. It is getting very busy. It's definitely ramping up into the summer months, which is just naturally the busiest time for people moving. So the last 2 weeks we have been slammed, which is a great thing. So there is a couple different things I would have to do if the owner or I feel like we need to evict a tenant. First and foremost, I'll always inform the owner of the tenant being late or having a history with that, and speak to the tenant about what their options are, if we can do some kind of payment arrangement. But if that all doesn't work and they're just not really cooperating in that, I just go out to the courthouse. I provide all the paperwork to the judge, and then usually wait about a week to 2 weeks for court, and then kind of go through with that judgment. And then once they're out, I can go ahead and put that on the market and lease it back up. Yes, that's something that's so important. Personally, in my experience in property management, it's always a really, really bad idea to not have it. Usually that's when something bad happens. So we want to protect the homes, the owner's pocket, and the tenant's pocket by making sure that everyone is covered. So one of the best things I've heard, which is great, is that we lease quickly. We try to get everything filled before, if not immediately after someone moves out or something is built. That's kind of our forte. We've been blessed to be able to obtain that status. And if not, also our communication with the owners is something that they really appreciate, especially if they're out of state and they're not really here to keep an eye on that property themselves. Right, mainly I email. It's the best way for me to keep everything organized, but I definitely do give out my number to owners if they need that, to give me a call or a text. Really, I'm reachable anyway. It just whatever the owner prefers, really. I think I just want to tell the investors, since I don't get to meet every one of them, that I am here for them. I am their eyes and ears on the ground, and if they have any questions, just don't feel scared to reach out to me and ask me. Most of the time I have the answer in my head, and if I don't, I can get that from whoever I need to. Yeah, I just need just a little bit of notice so I can make sure that my schedule is clear. But yeah, we definitely meet investors all the time out on property, show them future projects, just kind of the area. That way they know what Lubbock is and where their property will be.
Now, we decided to take this video even one step further. And I guarantee you are never going to see a video like this by any other real estate company out there. We decided to go and speak to a couple of current tenants, residents in some of our rental properties in Texas. Yeah, tenants living in the rental properties that Kyndall and the property management team have placed, and see what their response is to living in a brand new construction rental property. Take a listen.
So one thing that we really preach here and we really hold dear is a personal relationship with our tenants, maybe a personal touch to how we go about things, problems that arise, situations that maybe the tenant doesn't know how to communicate. We really do try to establish the relationship with the tenant during the application process so that they know we're here for you. Our main job is to make sure that our tenants are happy. So if you have anything come up, we understand life happens and we are here to work through things with you guys. Just make sure that you're comfortable in your home. So I think that's one thing that, we really try to strive for every day. And how long have you been with Citywide leasing from us?
Less than 6 months. About this will be my 3rd month.
Perfect. And what was your move-in experience like? Was it better than your previous experiences?
Oh, amazing. Amazing. It was
you want to
great.
elaborate on what you like about
Yeah.
it?
So it was super easy getting moved in. Everybody was very helpful. Any questions, any concerns, call, text, everybody responded within minutes. And then just the move-in process, getting everything in there, and I love the fact that there was a code to the garage. so we could close it, lock it, move it. I mean, it was awesome. That worked. The space is amazing. So I have 4 kids, and it's just perfect for us. And, yeah. So, and I love the fact that I don't have grass, so with no irrigation. Yes, that's a bonus.
And how long have you been leasing with Citywide?
About 4 months.
Okay, what was your move-in experience like with us at Citywide compared to maybe some previous experiences?
It was very easy, helpful, wonderful.
Do you have any, how long did it take from the moment that you inquired about your property to actually signing your lease?
About 30 days. It was, again, easy. I spoke with Jessie about signing a lease. She was very informative once we signed the lease, and I chose my move-in date from that moment. From that day we started the process. On that day that I chose my move-in date, we moved in with no problems at all.
Perfect. How is your relationship with us as property managers
Oh.
at Citywide?
Absolutely love it. Anytime I need anything, I can contact you, one of the other girls, and like I said, we respond immediately. Any questions, anything I need done, it's right on top. I haven't had any maintenance issues because the properties are great, so I'm new, and but any questions like my keys, stuff like that, I mean, everything's taken care of super fast.
Perfect.
So,
And can you rate that process maybe on a 1 to 10? I just want people to maybe know how easy it actually is. If it was like 1 to 10, 10 being like the best experience ever.
12.
And
Why is that?
Yeah,
Again?
why?
Why 12?
Well, the communication, like I said, was so easy, friendly, family orientated. When we came to tour the facility, they were so welcoming to me, to my children. They were so accommodating to what we needed, to my family, to even down to my animals.
Perfect. You are referring us. What were some things that come up?
So the process, the application process and getting started, super easy. Found out super fast, and it was super friendly, and worked. You worked very well with me on stuff, and I was able to tell you some stuff that went on. You took that in consideration, and it was so fast. You got it. I mean, as soon as I gave you the deposit and everything, well, it's not a deposit, but the rent and all of that stuff. Once it was done, everything was so smooth, and I really liked that because I was in a crunch. I was like, oh my gosh, because where I was supposed to be fell through, and I needed to move out because my previous landlord was selling the house because thank you, Corona. But and so I needed to get out of there fast, and you made it happen. And it was just like, and I was in a panic, and so I'm grateful for that. So that right there was number one for me.
Perfect. And how is your relationship with Jessie and all of us at Citywide? Do you feel like you could call us with any problems?
Anything at all. The first problem I had with maintenance, they showed up that same day, and any help that I've needed, Jessie has responded the same day. I've never had to wait for any response. I have anything I've needed to ask personally, Jessie has always been there. It's more a friend relationship than a business relationship.
And how long do you think you might be, how long do you want to rent from Citywide?
Oh, forever. Well, I did think about this. The crazy thing is this was like, well, I need to buy a house and this and that. But I'm not going to do that because I love where I'm at. I love the location. My kids go to Cooper, and so we're right down the road. And I'm like, you know what? I'm good right here for a while, at least a good 2-3 years until they're graduated. And that way, you know, if I want to buy something later on, I can. But I love where I'm at. And the price and the location is great too. So it was like, hey, this is great. So,
Right, so why fix something? Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Alright. And are you in Upland Heights for a specific reason, maybe like school district or area of town, anything like that? What was your reasoning for going with Upland Heights?
Both the area, we love the area, and also my children are in Friendship School District. The neighborhood is wonderful, children everywhere.
Perfect. How long do you see yourself renting through Citywide?
Hopefully for a very long time, years to come.
Awesome. Do you have any suggestions on maybe ways Citywide can improve, maybe communicate a little bit better. We're always looking for ways to grow. So we just want to hear from our tenants, maybe anything that you've come across that could be a little bit better.
As of right now, there's always room for improvement, but I don't see any mistakes being made. Nothing to me can be improved because everything's being done perfect.
Perfect. Do you have any just extra thoughts for us?
Yeah, any other feedback, anything else you want to share that you didn't share?
There's nothing extra, but I will say that you guys are for the renters, the families, and I just hope that it stays that way because it seems like such a close relationship and a bond, and I just hope it stays that way because it is just so wonderful to have a home where you feel at home, and it's not just a landlord-tenant relationship. It's more family-based, and like I said, me and my husband, my children, we love it. We love it. This is the best place we've ever lived.
Aww.
Now, we love hearing from the tenants and from the team, serving both our clients and the tenants. Honestly, is there any better feedback than that? I mean, I've said it a million times. Having the right team can make or break your experience. And I like to look at real estate in this holistic experience, like a big circle. I always bring it up. It's kind of like an old martial arts symbol. I think it's an Aikido symbol. It's a circle with a dot in the center. And the idea means balance, that when the dot is in the center of the circle, everything is in balance. And when you have tenants that are happy with where they live and are very pleased with everything, you have a property management team that is top notch and does a great job. When you have contractors that are well taken care of and do a great job, when you have clients that own the home as our landlords and are making great cash flow as part of their retirement and investment, then everything is in balance. And that is the beauty of having a great team. If any of those things are out of balance, you can make or break your experience. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. I'd love to hear your thoughts about the tenants or the property management, and share some of your property management nightmares, if you have any, in the comments below. And if you're ready to take that leap and invest in real estate with a full service team, book a call with our team at Morris Invest, and we'll take great care of you, as you can see from those tenants in our properties. We'll see you next time, everyone.